6 months ago, one of our clients didn't even know if she would qualify to buy a house. And guess what?
She did.
Last week she got the keys. If you're a first-time buyer here in the Inland Empire and you're stuck in the same spot, this video is going to walk you through every step.
From I don't know where to start to standing in your very front yard. So we get messages every single week from people saying the exact same thing. I want to buy a house in Chino or Ontario or Fontana, but I don't know if I can afford it. I don't even know what the first step is. And honestly, I'm scared. I'm gonna mess it up. And if that's you, take a deep breath. You are in the right place.
So today we're gonna walk you through the 7 steps every one of our first-time buyers goes through from where you are today to closing.
And we're gonna tell you the stuff nobody else is telling you, the little things that trip people up and keep them stuck. So stay with us because step 7 is the one that is going to change everything for you.
So guys, my name is Will Higgins. I'm a real estate agent here in the Inland Empire.
And I'm Nikki Higgins, and a couple of years ago, we left Pasadena and bought our second home in Chino.
So we've been through this ourselves, guys, and now we help first-time buyers every week go from overwhelmed to homeowner.
So let's get into it.
All right, so step 1, you gotta get your numbers straight. So before you look at a single house, you need to know 2 things, guys. What can you borrow? And what can you comfortably afford every month? So those are not the same thing. So a lender will tell you what you can borrow. That's called a pre-approval. It's free, it takes about 20 minutes. And in 2026, guys, you absolutely need one before you start looking at homes because sellers won't take you seriously without it. But here's the part most people skip. Just because the bank says you can borrow 600 grand doesn't mean you should. So sit down and figure out what your real monthly payment would be. I'm talking about mortgage, property tax, insurance, and HOA if there is one. And then ask yourself, can I pay this and still live my life? If the answer is no, go lower, guys. Your first home doesn't have to max you out and shouldn't. So we can connect you with a local lender that we trust. Just reach out and we'll make the intro. All right, and step 2, guys, is understand what an IE home actually costs you every single month. So this is where people get caught off guard. So out here in the IE, guys, we've got a few things that can make your monthly payment higher than what you actually expected, right? So the first one is gonna be property taxes, right? HOA fees in a newer community and Mello-Roos in certain neighborhoods, especially newer builds here in like Ontario Ranch, Eastvale, and parts of Chino. Mello-Roos is basically an extra tax that pays for local infrastructure. So your schools, your parks, it can add a few $100 to your monthly payment easy, guys. So not every home has it, but a lot of the newer ones do. So when you're shopping, always ask, what's the Mello-Roos on this one?
So step 3 is gonna ask you or require you to pick your area. So this is the fun part. In fact, this is the step that made Will and I fall in love with the IE. So let me be clear, the Inland Empire is huge, y'all. And the difference between Chino Hills, Fontana, and Corona is massive. Different prices, different schools, totally different vibes. So here's a quick lay of the land. First, Chino Hills is our higher priced, more established market. Great schools, rolling hills, quieter feel. Chino and Ontario have a beautiful mix, older established neighborhoods and brand new communities like Ontario Ranch. Now, you've probably heard Will mention that Ontario Ranch is one of the hottest new build areas in Southern California. Then there's Fontana and Rancho Cucamonga. These 2 cities, y'all, give you more house for the money. And a lot of first-time buyers start there. Corona has communities like Bedford that feel resort style. So in other words, you're getting the pools, the parks, and the amenities built right in. All of that said, here's what I'm gonna tell you. Do not pick a city because it sounds good on paper. Pick it based on the life you actually want. How long is your commute going to be? What are the schools like? And where do you want to grab coffee on a Saturday morning? When Will and I were picking our neighborhood, we drove every one of these cities at different times of day. And that's what we tell every client to do. So I've said a lot, okay? So I want you guys to drop a comment below because I'm really curious to know where everyone is looking. Let me know which city you are thinking about. All right, so step 4 is gonna require you to start touring homes. I know, this is the scary one. Most people put this off for months. They want everything to be perfect before they walk into a single house, and I get it. They want the pre-approval dialed in, they want the area picked, they want the down payment saved to the very dollar. But here's the truth, y'all. You will learn more in one Saturday of touring homes than you will an entire month of scrolling Zillow. You find out what 1,800 square feet actually feels like. You find out a house you loved online has a freeway behind it, and you may even fall in love, y'all, with a neighborhood you've never even heard of. The client Will mentioned at the start of this video, she told us she sat at home for months trying to figure it all out before she finally started touring. Everything got clear. So trust me when I say, you just need to get in and start. That's it. That's the whole secret.
All right, and step 5. Step 5 is going to be write an offer that actually gets accepted. In 2026, guys, the IE market is a little more balanced than it was a couple years ago. But guess what, guys? Good homes in great neighborhoods still get multiple offers to this day, right? Especially anything under 700,000 that's in move-in shape. So a winning offer comes down to 3 things, guys, and those 3 things are going to be price, terms, and timing, actually, okay? So price matters, but the highest number does not always win in these bidding wars, right? Because terms matter too, guys. A clean offer with fewer contingencies can beat a higher offer that's full of conditions, right? So if they're asking for a ton of different things and there's uncertainty there, you could actually win if you have better terms. And timing matters too, guys. How fast can you close? Can you be flexible on the move out date for the seller? All these things matter, guys. This is where having an agent who knows this market pays off. So I've had offers accepted that weren't the highest on the table just because we structured them the right way. All right, so step 6 is going to be your inspection and your appraisal. So your offer got accepted, okay? That's great. Now we open what's called escrow. And during this window, 2 big things happen. So first is going to be your inspection. So you're going to pay a licensed inspector usually between $400 and $600 to go through the home top to bottom, right? Because you can't see behind the walls. You can see what's visual there, right? But you can't see behind the wall. So they're gonna check the roof, the plumbing, the electrical, the foundation, all of it, guys. They're gonna give you a report, a pretty large report, right? So don't get worried. And if there's any issues, we can ask the seller to fix them, give you a credit, or actually lower the price, okay? And then second thing is gonna happen is the appraisal. So the bank's gonna send out an appraiser to make sure the house is worth what you're actually paying for it, okay? So if it appraises low, then we go and renegotiate. If it appraises at value, then guess what? We just move forward and act like nothing ever happened, right? So most first-time buyers stress out during this part, but you shouldn't, guys. This is when your agent and your lender do most of the heavy lifting, right? So your job during this part is just to stay responsive and send in the documents to your lender, right, that they ask for it. That's it. Also, don't go buy anything crazy, right? Because the deal is not done yet. And then here we go, step 7, guys. And this is the one that actually changes everything. You have to remind yourself that this is your first home and not your forever home. I'll say it again, it's your first home, not your forever home. So many times buyers freeze up because they think they have to find the home they'll live in for the next 30 years. This isn't it, guys, right? The house with every single thing on their list is what they're looking for. That pressure is exactly why people sit on the fence for 5 or more years and they never buy, right? Hopefully that's not you. But here's what actually happens, guys. You buy a starter home, you build what's called equity, the market grows, the market goes up, your career grows, right? You make more money, and in 5 to 7 years, you go ahead and sell that home, and then you take the equity and you buy something bigger, nicer, or in the neighborhood that you really wanted. And that's how most people in Southern California actually build wealth. All right, so remember guys, your first home does not have to be your forever home, right? It just has to be the start. You just got to get in, right? So let's bring it back to the client that we mentioned in the beginning of this video. So 6 months ago, she wasn't sure if she'd qualify, right? She thought homeownership was years away. She watched our videos for weeks before she finally sent us a message and started the conversation. After that, we hopped on a quick call, we got her pre-approved, we toured homes, and then we started writing offers. And guess what? Last week, she got the keys to her first home in the IE on the budget that she thought was impossible.
Hey guys, I just want to talk about my experience working with Will. I actually found him on this channel. Just watching his videos, all his feedback about the homes, all the details, really why pushed me to reach out to actually purchase my first home. In the beginning, I actually didn't know this was even possible. I was just randomly looking on YouTube and found this channel. So I think if anything, something I can share is just reach out, even if it's scary at first. You never know what's possible, especially when you ask someone that's so passionate about what he does and is always willing to help. So just reach out to Will or Nikki if you have any questions. Thank you.
So the only thing she did different from you or most other people still sitting on the sidelines, all she did was she reached out. So she reached out, she got started, and now she's a homeowner. So if you're thinking about buying a home here in the IE, super easy to get in touch with us, guys. All you have to do is go ahead and click the link below, go ahead and go to that landing page, answer a few questions, and then schedule the time that works for you. No pressure. We will jump on a Zoom or just a regular phone call, find out what your situation is, find out where you want to be, and then help you get into your next home. So if you love this video, we also do home tours every week, so you can get an idea of what the different areas are and what the homes cost in those markets. So if you love this video, guess what? You're going to love that video right there. So we'll catch you on the next one. Hit that subscribe button if you have to. Thank you guys for watching.